Welcome back to our Mastt tutorial series. I'm Jake, and today we're exploring some of Mastt's more advanced features like the audit log, snapshot, and your project settings. So these will allow you not only to enhance accountability, reporting, but also allow you to manage your project yourselves without you needing to reach out to Mastt support for assistance. And stuff like the audit log and snapshots are really good for capturing a project at specific points in time and tracking all the things that people do inside it so that you know what's going on inside your projects. Let's start with the audit log. So this tracks any changes in the system and who did them. And that helps you track anything that you will be looking to go through and see inside your project. It logs creations, deletions, changes, all throughout the entire project chronologically. By default, it really only shows the last month because it could be a lot of data and we want to make sure it loads nice and quickly. But you've got the option to search and you can go through and you can filter specific record types. So if you only want to check for things that were done to your variations, for example, select that. It will then go through and show any changes that have been done to variations. Clear that, and then as we go across, obviously you've got your specific dates there, and you do also have your option to move between multiple different pages if there's a lot of information, a lot of different audit changes that it's going. But the way that these work is each of these might be one operation, but it's just showing you the different changes that were made in the back end. That's what this is. So, for example, this payment that was created here, this is all just actually one payment that is there, but it's all these different sort of like different changes that were done in the back end when the payment was created. But you can see what was done, what it was, who created it, what the process was, who created it, the date and time, and also all the different information about, well, what did they add in? Like, what were the changes? So that allows you to go through and resolve questions about when changes were made. So because it logs every single change, understand who made those changes, but it also provides sort of like an audit and tracking history for your government and allows you to see the history of the project. So you know who did something when they did it. Now, the next thing I want to show you is actually the snapshots module. So if you click on snapshots here, this is designed for you to create a full copy of the project at a specific point in time. So they're really, really good for creating period end reports, comparing the project status over time, having historical data for reference, which is invaluable when clients come to you and ask you for specific bits of information, but also meeting any governance and reporting requirements that you might have. But as you can see here, we've got all these different snapshots here, and these are the historical ones that have already been created in the project. But if you want to create a new one, you see it, take snapshot. It will default to a title of monthly report and the current month that you're in. And then it's going to ask you for what the current as of date is. Now, it's very important to bear in mind that this doesn't actually affect the data that is captured because snapshots will always capture data at the moment you hit create. This data is just for reporting purposes, so that if you finish your report a few days early or a few days late, you can still show that it represents the project as of that reporting period. And now if you go through and you hit create, it will just go through and create a snapshot. And if you click on the name, it will open the snapshot in a new tab. As you can see, you've got a lot of orange on the screen now. This is so it visually indicates that you are in a snapshot, not in a live project. Now, the reason for that is that snapshots, once created, are completely independent of your live project. Changes made in snapshots don't affect the live project. Changes in the live projects won't affect existing snapshots because they are point-in-time copies. They're still fully editable. You can export stuff directly out of the snapshot, but it's designed to be that point-in-time copy. You can move around within a snapshot just like in a live project, accessing all modules and the data as they existed when the snapshot was created. And now if you want to return back to the live project, there's a couple of different ways you can do that. You can hit the back button just here, you can hit the back button just up here, or you can just close the tab. The reason why it opens up in a new tab is because it will make it really easy for you to compare the current data with like the historical snapshots, because you can have both open simultaneously and just compare the two nice and easily. I'm just going to close this. And now, project settings. If you click on settings in the bottom of the sidebar, you'll open up all of your project settings. You might not have access to all of this. It depends on your permission level. Now, opens up. You've got your name and photo where you can obviously set the project name, and you've got this project image, which is the image that's on the home page to help you visually identify the project. Under project information, it's got information about what the workspace is. You can create a project number or add a specific point of contact. You've got location, which you can go through and set that, and that will set the map on the dashboard, either by searching for a location or manually entering the latitude and longitude. Under brand, this is where you can set the font for your payment certificates, payment letters that come out of Mastt, so you can set which font you want that to be in. And then the user management section is really important because it allows you to go ahead and add additional users to your project. If you click here, you will have a list of all of the different people that you've got inside your project, inside your workspace, that you can add into your project. Now, you can also go through and enter in people's email. If they don't exist in your workspace, you can enter in their email address, hit there, and then if they don't have a Mastt account and you invite them, what it will do is it will invite them to create an account inside Mastt, if they've already got an account in a different workspace, it will invite them to the project. So that's what that's there for, so you can manually control who has access to your project. And if you go to the three dots just here, you can also specifically remove them if you no longer want them to have access to this project, if they've moved on from your company or if they're not actually working on the project anymore. And then you do have custom columns. Now, these are set by Mastt support, and they're more for very like those niche use cases. Like, let's say you've got a very specific budget code that you would like to be applied to the project and available in, say, the cash flow module. That's really what the custom columns are for, and very much they are designed to roll up to a program level. But if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to Mastt support, and we'll be able to walk you through the benefits of the custom columns and help you get those all set up. Now, if you can't see some of these, that's most likely because you don't have administrator permissions. So if you think you should have administrator permissions, reach out to Mastt support and we can discuss that with you. But yeah, so those are that's how you can leverage Mastt's more advanced features like the audit log, so you can get accountability and transparency, snapshots or point-in-time project data, so you can compare and report over time, but also project settings allowing you to customize and manage your own projects. So these are some pretty cool tools that we've got beyond the basic financial tracking that you get, or like risk tracking or schedule tracking that you get in the cost modules. And we think that they're really fantastic additions to Mastt. Now, in our next and final video, we'll be looking at how to manage multiple projects within a program structure. Thanks very much for your time.